has never been a better moment to organize a Young Talent Award ceremony in Africa, in Sub-Saharan Africa, than this time. Thank you. And I think there wouldn't have been any better place than Kigali in Rwanda to organize it. For many reasons, for the incredible work on gender equality, for the incredible investment in science and technology. But this is unusual, but I will do this now. I want to thank the teams. I want to thank the Rwandan government. I want to thank the operational teams in the field, on the ground, the medical teams, all the teams that made this possible, because that was not easy. So thank you to Rwanda for welcoming us that well. So the numbers speak for themselves. When we look at women scientists in the world, they are 33%. 15% of leadership positions in science are occupied by women. When we look at the Nobel Prize, it's 4%. 4% of women since the beginning of STEM Nobel Prize. And it's incredible, and this year there was not one single scientific Nobel Prize awarded to women. When we look at Sub-Saharan Africa, the situation is not much different. There are around 33% of women in average. But unfortunately, out of 0.68% of researchers, because 0.68% of researchers in the world are from Sub-Saharan Africa, and 2.5% from all Africa. So when we look at the challenges that the continent is facing and the opportunities, it is very clear that we need more scientists, and we need more women scientists coming from Africa, doing African research done by Africans for Africa. And why is it so important that women are in this research? It's not just because of gender equality issues. It is because if we want to have a world that is truly inclusive, women have to bring their contribution. You cannot do technological innovation without having the perspective of women. We know that we can't do medical research without having women scientists. Because we always speak from a place with our experience, with our gender, with our history. And so this experience is nourishing the science we do or the politics we do. And that is the reason why women have to be there, to make a truly inclusive research, to build truly inclusive societies. And of course, we cannot waste talent like this. You have met these incredible women outside. Once again, we have shown what talent pool Sub-Saharan Africa has, what kind of women scientists the continent is bringing. Their research is contributing to something much bigger than themselves, and that is something that you will experience always when discussing with them. They are not serving themselves, they are serving a country, a continent, humanity, and that makes it all the more clear that the world needs science, and science needs women. And the world needs African women scientists. So thank you to all of you for being here with us to celebrate tonight African women scientists, extraordinary women, and welcome to this award ceremony. Thank you.
Let me start with a strange contradiction. Africa is the most resource-wealthy continent on this planet. Yet, it accounts for 70% of all poor people in the world. This region is blessed with a wealth of human, natural, cultural, and mineral resources. And by using these wisely to steer Africa's digital and green transformation, the region has enormous potential to lead global growth by 2030. We remember the Asian tigers of the 70s, 80s. I think it's high time for the African lions to stand up. So the region is not short in resources. We know the region is also not short in challenges. Besides, we see a severe pushback, and Alexandra explained on that, on also the SDG achievement due to COVID-19, especially here in Africa. Now, to maximize the benefits from the wealth of the resources that I just described and to address the challenges, the continent needs a bold strategy. And there are two key drivers that need to be at the core of this strategy. First, stronger science, technology, and innovation. And second, indeed, stronger engagement of women in science. Let me explain. First, why do we need more science now? Let's face it, in recent years, science has been increasingly under attack. When it reports an inconvenient truth, be it on climate change, on environmental impacts, on health issues such as COVID-19 and all the consequences of lockdowns. The irony, however, is that the world needs science more than ever before to catalyze a global transformation in many sectors, such as the health sector, energy, climate change, food security, mobility and transportation, ICTs, water and water management, Minister, food security, mobility and transportation, and others. This is the ambition expressed in the SDGs, and it is the ambition expressed in the visionary African Union Agenda 2063. And to achieve this, really, we need more science, we need better science, we need open science. This COVID crisis will not be resolved by individual approaches. We need scientific collaboration. We need higher investments and stronger capacities in science, and we need more women in science. And that brings me to my second question: why focus on women in science? Ladies and gentlemen, in many other sectors, women are underrepresented also in science. Did you know that 95% of the Fortune 500 CEOs are men? 2/3 of almost 800 million adults without basic literacy and numeracy skills are women. And many of us have arrived here on a plane, and in 95% of the flights, the announcement, "This is your captain speaking," is made by whom? A man. And the world of science is no different. In Africa, there are currently some 14 million students enrolled in tertiary and higher education. By the way, this is 6.4% of the global enrollment, while Africa hosts 15% of the world population. So this is an already low enrollment, and only 1/3 of these students are enrolled in science fields, in science and engineering. The latest UNESCO science report indicates that only 1 out of 3 researchers globally is a woman, and this is the same in Africa. So this is not an African problem, it is a global challenge. I'm particularly worried by the low women participation in newly emerging contemporary science fields like artificial intelligence. Today, only 22% of professionals working in artificial intelligence are women. And this means we are grossly underutilizing the world's and also Africa's human resource capacity and intellectual potential. So strengthening women's engagement in science is really a low-hanging fruit that we need to harvest. And we need this to boost science capacities. Besides, studies have shown that gender-balanced teams are more productive everywhere. And in business, more profitable. Don't forget that. And that brings me to the final question: how do we add action to words? We need to intervene early in the educational spectrum. And that is to change the whole image that science has. Let's face it, many have an image of science. It is for nerds. It is difficult. Science jobs don't pay, etc. So how do we present science in the classroom? And what has led to this image? The UNESCO program on education for sustainable development offers new opportunities to science education at all ages, and to do this via hands-on, joyful learning experiences where creative thinking and problem-solving becomes really fun. And this is piloted in UNESCO's Green School program, where we have done some initiatives and pilots in different parts of the world. This is also achieved via science and robot camps that we organize and competitions on this globally. We have also partnered with Airbus on the Fly Your Ideas competition, which has engaged over 20,000 students from over 100 countries to develop ideas for greener aviation industry. Another example, and large scale really, is the 1 Million Girls in STEM campaign. And the ambition here is to reach out to 1 million girls indeed and engage them in STEM education. And UNESCO partners here with Womensch, an NGO active in this area. And then, of course, we have the long-lasting partnership with L'Oréal since 1998. I believe this program is highly strategic. It has not only that it recognizes women in science for their academic excellence. A most important feature is that it presents young, talented women in science as role models, as an inspiration to girls and young women. And as such, this program really has a catalytic function. In closing, I wish to congratulate the outstanding young women present here. Let's give them all a big applause. And to you, young ladies, researchers, I would say, let this award be the beginning of new opportunities, collaborations, and innovative solutions to guide Africa's transformation. I invite you to become ambassadors and role models that will inspire other women and girls to take up STEM careers so that together we achieve the SDGs while leaving no one behind. I wish you a most successful science career, and I thank you all for your attention. Murakoze. Thank you.